Hey guys, it's DJ Benji back for round 4 of the competitive Modern League. I'm starting off this game on the play. We have a hand with turn 1 Scout, and we'll see how this goes. Don't have a turn 2 Saheeli, unfortunately, but I'll be able to have a turn 3 Saheeli, which can then help me dig for action. Which, as we saw in some of the previous matchups, is one of the problems of this deck when you can't find any action. So, I'm just going to play out some lands and leave up the activation on the Sakura Tribe Scout. I'll be putting in a bounce land at the end of the turn, bouncing the Gemstone Mine, and that'll be putting me in a good position to find some action moving forward. Bobby. Okay, and here we got action. That's pretty good. Ancient Stirrings, pretty good. Do I want it? Next turn I'm going to have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 mana. So I don't think this will be helpful. Once I get the 6 mana, I'll be able to play Titan and then copy Titan. So I'm going to put this on the bottom. And then, have I played a land yet? Yes, I have. Hissing Quagmire. So my opponent might be Black-Green Rock. I was thinking at first like Abzan or something like that. We can see maybe he'll play here a Liliana of the Veil, and he does. Okay. I guess I don't need my Cavern of Souls, so I'm going to dump that. Good thing my opponent is tapped out. I'll be able to kill Liliana with my Hasty Titan off Saheeli. If he offers the trade here, I think I'd take it because I'm still at 6 mana. I would activate 2, 4, and then have the 6. So, okay. Does that help at all? I don't think so. I'm going to go ahead and get myself a Primeval Titan. With the activation, I'm going to get a Boros Garrison and a Teleria West, which I can use to bounce the Teleria West, copy the Titan. With this one, I'm going to get a Call Me Garden, and my opponent concedes. Okay, so that's game 1. Pretty strong against BG Rock, I'm guessing. I didn't see anything white or red about it. So like before, I'm going to board out my Amulet of Vigor and my Sakura Tribe Scout. I'm going to board in Hornet Queen, Thragtusk, Chameleon Colossus, Tireless Tracker, Dismember, Bajuka Bog, and then I have like one more flex spot. I don't know if they play anything artifacty enchantments that, Rex Sage might help. With Bob's, I think maybe I'll try a Fire Spout because Bob's really good against our deck. He helps draw them into answers, and so while we're trying to, do the whole Titan chains to out-tempo them, they can actually keep up if they have like a Bob. This hand's a keep. Remember, we took out our Acceleration and our Amulets, so Tireless Tracker is one of our best cards in this matchup, and we have a Titan. Looks like they're going to take our Tracker here. Unless they think we left an Amulet, and then maybe they take the Ancient Stirrings. We'll see what they take. I doubt they're going to take Walking Ballista, unless maybe they have a Bob, right? Because then I can go turn 2, they'll play turn 2 Bob, I'll play turn 2 Ballista for 1 and just ping it. Here we see Grove. You know, Grove came in, it was tech against Death Shadow, but I'm seeing a lot less Death Shadow online right now. So it's not great, but it's also, the drawback is pretty minimal. Another Titan. Titan isn't always the best in your hand in these matchups. I have some concerns of like them making me discard Primeval Titan and then surgically extracting it. So, you know, it might even make sense to go for something like a, if I saw one, a Relic of Progenitus. We'll see what the opponent's follow-up play is here. Pass, okay. Do we play a Walking Ballista here on 1? I don't think so. I mean, on one hand, it does take up their mana for a turn. It might discourage them from doing something like just playing a Fulminator Mage and blowing up one of our lands, which would be annoying. But then again, they are not tapped out, so they could just like end step destroy it and then still do that and not lose any tempo. So I'm going to pass on playing the Ballista here. And the reason I didn't play a bounce land is because I am concerned about turn 3. Okay, so looks like they missed a land drop. I'll play the bounce land now. Pact of Negation's pretty good. Let's see. Okay, Inquisition. Must have been their draw. They can take either Pact or Ballista. They'll probably take Ballista. I'm going to want to hold on to Pact here for a while. As you can see, I can't play anything. Okay, this is great. We got some sort of acceleration. I mean, our opponent's not doing anything. We'd like to be able to punish them, but with this build of the deck, we don't really have the means. This acceleration is pretty solid. It means that we'll get a Titan 2, 3, 4, 5 next turn. Unless we see something like a Fulminator Mage here. Yep, we see Fulminator. He'll probably take away our bounce land for this turn. Yep, just as predicted. Oh gosh. Like I said, we don't really want to see Primeval Titan in our hand. This is really a dead draw. So we have a Titan in 2 turns. It's very slow. Oh, and another Fulminator Mage. Our opponent kept the mono Fulminator hand. The good thing about this, though, is our opponent doesn't have a clock. Now they have a 2 damage clock. I really want to know what's in my opponent's hand right now. I'm thinking if maybe like having those 1-drop accelerators would help. Just because it helps dodge against Fulminator Mage, right? They go to blow something up, and in response you blow it up. Let's Fire Spout here. He'll probably respond by blowing up my Grove or Teleria West. I wonder what the opponent's waiting for here. Probably just away or connection problems. So back to what I was saying before, if we leave in the Sakura Tribe Scouts, we can use our bounce lands to dodge the Fulminator Mages. The problem is, like, our opponent has 6 cards in hand, and I'm guessing that a lot of that is removal, things like Fatal Push or Abrupt Decay, and right now they have no targets for it, so it's just rotting in their hand. So they've taken us off 3 lands, but those 3 lands were worth 5 mana. Maybe I'll put in two scouts. It seems low. With 2 scouts, you're unlikely to see them in your opener. Okay, we can go forward, land your turn, and pass the turn. So here's where I'm really concerned about the whole discarding a Primeval Titan to Liliana and then having them all surgical extracted and my opponent like 6-for-1s me. A Summoner's Pact. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I need an untapped land next turn. I'm going to bottom that and redirect to Liliana. We could have kept that on top and maybe gone for like a Thragtusk. But this is where we see if I'm right. And unfortunately I've been right every time so far. So hopefully I'm wrong this time. Yeah, discarding a Primeval Titan. And do we see the surgical? Nope, Thoughtseize. Maelstrom Pulse. Okay. Sweet. That was a good pickup for us. What do we got here? So we're definitely getting a Colony Garden to prevent against the -2, but then we can't copy it right away. So if they have a Fatal Push, they just Fatal Push the token and then minus their Liliana. And if I had like Vesuva to copy it, that would be great, but I can't, and I don't really have more activations. Maybe I'm going to get a bounce land for my Teleria West. I have more Summoner's Packs. Do I have more Titans? I have 1 Primeval Titan left. So I guess I'll go ahead and get the Simic Growth Chamber and bounce the Teleria West. The problem I'm seeing now is if we don't take care of the Liliana, then when we attack, or when we transmute, and we get a Summoner's Pact in our hand, she's just going to make us discard it. We're not going to have enough mana to do both, right? Because it's 3 mana, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm at 5. So I'd have to draw another untapped land for that even to work. Each player discards a card. Okay. So they are afraid of me transmuting for more. Or they can't get rid of the plant token. Either way, that's pretty solid for us. And now do they play like a giant Tarmogoyf? No. A Tireless Tracker. So what I'd like to see here is, let's see, gems. No. If I attack Liliana, he can soak up 2 points of damage, and it would go to 1. Thragtusk. That's pretty solid. I'm going to first off attack Liliana. And I want to maybe get 2 bounce lands here. Bounce lands are solid for a couple reasons. Liliana, also they're like virtual card advantage. But actually, maybe I'd rather get a Bojuka Bog or a Teleria West. I think Teleria West is great here. And do I bounce the Gemstone Mine or do I bounce the Teleria West? If Liliana goes down to 1, she's going to only be able to tick up. So whatever, you know, I'm discarding whatever I bounce, is basically what I'm saying. But I haven't played a land drop yet for turn. So I still have a land drop. Okay. So I can't bounce the Teleria West because I just wouldn't be able to do anything with it, which means I'm going to bounce either the Colony Garden or the Gemstone Mine. I think since I have Thragtusk as backup, I bounce the Gemstone Mine, replay it, and then play the Thragtusk out. Actually, no. I like playing the Colony Garden better. We saw he didn't have removal, actually. Oh, actually, look at this. So remember what I was saying about the discards and what's in his hand? We see he's got, he had discarded just a bunch of Fatal Pushes, so that's cool. I'll bounce the Colony Garden. I don't need to worry about mana. Replay the Colony Garden. So I'm going to be able to double strike my Titan here, which will be pretty cool. Oh, or just get a new Titan. Okay, let's make sure I have enough mana. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, I've got plenty. My last Titan. I should use it in good health. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Bounce land and a Teleria West. Bounce it. Give it haste and vigilance. And attack with the squad. I can get a Bojuka Bog and a Bounce Land. Bojuka Bog them. I can get a Radiant Growth, Radiant Fountain, and a Forest. Gain some life. And next turn I can transmute for, oh no, Walking Ballista is discarded, so that's off the table. I'm pretty far ahead, so there we go. And that's match 4. Thanks for watching, and see you guys in the next one.